Good morning. Welcome back. Good to see all of you this beautiful Thursday morning. And because it is Thursday morning, that means that today Vicky's going to start us off. That's going to be our new tradition, that Vicky's going to launch us into the stratosphere of holiness and grace. And then I'll follow, and Penny Honey will pick it up and take us home. So, good morning to you, dear Vicky. Wonderful to have you, and I can't wait to hear what you're going to share.
Okay, Brother James, so nice to be here. So these will be miraculous Thursdays. Whoop, got the echo. Here we go. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples today. Examples that speak a lesson that we don't have to figure out. And I'm going to begin by saying, any of you that tuned in, and you're all welcome to tune in early, a half an hour earlier, and Judy leads us in a beautiful prayer that every morning she's inspired to. And this morning, her prayer was on a section from the Course in Miracles called "This Need Not Be." And it ended with a beautiful line, or somewhere near the end, that says, we cannot stop God from shining on us, or loving us, shining on us. But we can block, the ego can block us from shining out into the world. So that's what I wanted to put a spotlight on this morning. How do we shine into the world? So here are my examples. So first, it's no resistance and open our eyes to see what's there. And many of us have watched the monks, right? You've watched the monks. We watched them cross from Texas to Washington, D.C. And I guess I'm not on Facebook, but I guess they do post every day a little post. And I hear it because Elaine or someone will tell me. But what happened is, and this is so so extraordinary. You have to excuse me a little bit. I've been sick all week. But going along with love, you just go with it, flow with it. That's my answer to being sick. Anyway, so the monks are still posting, and what they're saying is, we are still walking with you. And the whole business of when they walked physically from Texas to Washington, D.C., the imprint and the example, not only on an energetic level, but in our core, it's like now I see a picture of those monks, and it brings me to tears. Now, in India, it would be more likely to see orange-robed monks walking, along the Ganges or something, but not in Washington, D.C. It's not your everyday scene. But that example, somehow, why? Because it touches on the eternal. It touches on what's true in all of us. Their message is peace. By staying present and aware of our breath, by staying in the moment, we come into a natural state of now that is full of peace. And as a result of that, what isn't peace falls away. Remember how we talked about the ice cube melts away when the spell of love is cast over fear. Fear melts like an ice cube, melts away. And the monks have demonstrated that. And my personal experience, and I'm going to invite you guys to check with yourselves where that might land for you. I've seen in the last few weeks that there have been radical changes in my experience. I have not wanted to be on the phone. He's so funny. He calls it your lover. Don't pick up your lover in the morning. I said, well, that's a good idea. I'm not going to do that. And I stopped. But then I didn't just stop in the morning. I don't want to pick it up all day. I turn it off. I don't listen to it. I miss a lot of messages. And then I see them at midnight or something. But the message that has been imprinted in me is to be present, to simplify, to not resist love by being present to it. And I'll tell you, and Elaine can say this too, our eating has changed. We've just changed how we eat in the last 2 weeks. Not by deciding, let's change how we eat. It just happened, didn't it?
Yep.
Just kind of, I don't know, we'll leave it.
Eat whole food.
Oh,
foods,
yeah, eat live food. She says, I said, okay, we'll eat live foods and put your lover down. So that's one example. And I'm telling you, this is what we do. When we shine, God is always shining on us, but we're not shining out when we don't give of what's ours to give. The monks gave of consciousness, awareness, to remember that every moment is a moment of love and kindness, and they wanted to extend that to the whole world in a very simple way like walking. Where is it that we can extend that what is natural to us? Where do we shine? Give it away. So the other example, here's the second example. The second example is many of you probably watched the Olympics. And in the Olympics, you see all these guys competing and striving. And it was heartbreaking to see this young man from America who was supposed to be, the number one skater in the world, break all records. He landed in 8th place. He froze when it came time and it was heartbreaking to watch him because you could see the love in him wanting to just give his best and his all. But his example was so powerful because it didn't matter. He continued and he skated again and he did well. But the best example in the Olympics, and many of you will know, a woman called Alyssa Liu, am I saying it right?
Yeah,
Alyssa
yeah.
Liu. So what did she want to do? She had been skating all her life, competing since she was a little girl. And she said when she was, 14 years old, I'm done. That's it. I'm not going to live like this anymore. Live 24 hours a day trying to figure out how to beat somebody else and win a medal and not eat and not play and not have a life. Forget it, she said. She threw it all away and said, I'm not doing this. And then I don't know if it was a year or so ago, she said to her dad or her coach, I'm going to skate again and I'm going to go to the Olympics. And they said, you can't go to the Olympics. You haven't trained in a long time. You haven't done any of this. She said, yes, I can. Watch me. And so she said, I don't care about a medal. I don't care about competing. I don't care about any of it. I just want to do it for the joy of it. I want to do it for the joy of it. What would you do in your life for the joy of it? What are you already doing in your life for the joy of it? Not because someone recognizes you, not because someone pays you, not because you're going to get a medal and you're going to get something to hang on your wall or put on a shelf. What would you do just to be you? Would you tiptoe through the tulips singing? Would you plant flowers? What would you do? I hold parties. That's what we do. We hold parties. We would hold parties if no one were here. We hold parties for the angels. It's like, what is yours to give? It's the spell of love that will dissolve whatever fear you think is holding you back in any area of your life. There it is. It'll do it. Because it's impossible that it doesn't do it. So when we just give of what we have, that's the line, Judy, you read this morning. God is always shining on us, but our ego can block us from shining to others. When we shine, we're in direct contact with God. And when do we shine? When we give of what's in us that's naturally ours to give. All of us have all the talents of Christ, but in time, we don't share all of the same talents. But all of us have some talent. It may be the talent to help, to listen, to feed the birds. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, when we do that, so this is my third example. So I woke up this morning. See this paper? This is a paper towel. Now, I knew, Jimmy said, will you leave this morning? I said, oh, sure. And then so this morning, I went to grab a pen and write, what did I say? And ask the Holy Spirit. And instead of grabbing a paper, I grabbed a paper towel. And I had to stop myself and laugh out loud. And I told Elaine when she came up. So years ago in our house, and you've heard me talk about my dad before, Louie. So here Louie is in bed for years because his hip won't work. So he took to his bed. I guess it's a long family tradition. Don't go to a doctor, just go to bed. Anyway, so Louie took to his bed, and he had he had a revelation one morning, and I did recognize it. I walked in, and I'm telling you, the whole room was lit up. I would have been blind not to see it. And that's when he said to me, kid, you're not going to believe what happened. They made your father head of the United States government. I said, oh, Daddy, they did. Now, Louis did not have dementia. He had total recall of his whole life. He didn't have any absence of his mindset. He had a revelation, and I recognized it. And I knew he recognized he had total responsibility for the world, for everything. He was totally responsible, and he was right up to the job. He was 92, and he was up to the job. So he had a stack of paper plates on his bed. I'd get him 100, put the stack there, had 100 paper plates, and he'd also send me out to buy little things. You know how you have all these Jesuses that are around? Well, he would send me to buy little things that he could give away, because he could shine when he gave away. Anyway, he had these paper plates, and when anybody came to mind, instead of grabbing, I also had notebooks with paper for him. He didn't grab a notebook. He didn't grab a piece of paper. He'd grab a paper plate. He'd write his message of the day on the paper plate, and he'd send me out to deliver it. And it was always a message of, tell this person I love them and bring them baklava. It was hysterical. So he would send me all over Quincy, and I'd say, oh, no, Daddy, please don't send me here. But I went, because the truth is he's head of the United States government, and I knew it wasn't just the United States. He was head of the whole thing, because all it takes is one to be totally responsible. So this morning I got up and I said, see the power of example? I didn't go for a piece of paper. I went for a paper towel. I didn't have any paper plates in the room. Had I a paper plate, it definitely would have been on the paper plate. So all my message is be yourself. Give what's natural and easy for you to give. Do things for the joy of it. Don't do them for the labor of it, for any recognition. Who cares? We are here just to give love. In the giving of it, we awaken to love. And then we feel that natural joy, and we become the lighthouse, because love is always a revelation. Unconditional love, no matter how minor it might seem when you pet your dog or your cat, unconditional love that just wants to give, that's heaven on earth. That is a revelation of God's love here and now. So we don't want to prevent God from shining through us. Open the gateway of your being and shine wherever you can. Shine and give love and play with it. It's a joy. Do it for the joy of it all. Thank you, Brother James. Is that enough for you? Before you give me the hook, just the hook.
Thank you so much. More than enough. Exactly what we need. Wow. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you, Elaine. Well, I love this feeling of just following in the current of this beautiful message and not thinking I need to direct, just follow. And the whole idea, I wrote down the words, what would you do just to be you? But you with a capital Y. What would you do to be you, to be who you really are? Now, as we know, this is not a doing. This is a being. Who would you choose to be? How would you choose to be if that allowed you to see? Oh, I got another rhyme out of it. Good. If that allowed you to see through your real eyes and to know not only who you are, but exactly what's happening on this stage, because that's exactly what it is. Shakespeare said it himself, all the world's a stage. We're merely players, and we are. We're playing the role that we were given to play. Now, can we do that consciously? Can we do that while knowing who we really are? Now, one thing that an actor shouldn't do is to play their role remembering that they're not their role, okay? Remembering the person playing the character. But this is exactly what we're called to do. This is how we wake up. By playing the role, I have certain things I'm called to do. I get up in the morning, we come out, we have some coffee, chat with everyone, and then we share. We share the truth of who we are, but at the same time remembering who I've always been, who I couldn't stop being. So what would you do to be you, to let that light shine? I just love the idea of that light shining in every direction. So Let me read real quickly here what Jesus had to say about that. He said, "You are the light of the world." You are the light. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a stand. And it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. So once again, you are the light of the world. Now, Jesus does not say here, do what you need to do so that you can one day, if you're lucky and you're a good boy or girl, be the light of the world. He's saying you are that. This is who you are. This is the truth. So let your light shine. In fact, the only way for you to realize and remember that this is who you are is by letting your light shine. Give it away. Isn't this really the message we share almost every day? Just give it away. Be the source. Be the source of that which you think you need or want. Share it. See it in everyone else. This is really the key. You can't give something away unless what? It's yours. So if you're sad, go out and find someone to make happy. If you're lonely, go out and find someone that you can sit with and care for. It really is so simple. You just have to let your light shine in every direction. Put your light up on a lampstand so that everyone can see it. Not see you, the small u, Y, but the capital Y. The truth of who you have always been, who you couldn't stop being. This is really what every mystic from every tradition has taught us. You are that. You're that right now. Yes, it's true we have to take all the costumes off. We have to remove all the layers and the blocks to the awareness of love. That's all true. And that's the work that we're doing. And there is work that we have to do. This is the mind training. But be about it joyfully, because you are the light of the world. Not becoming, not one day. It's who you are right now. Only love, only God, only now. So, why don't we bring Penny up? And I see Scott's in the very back, and Scott's got his guitar up here, so maybe we can leave a couple of minutes for Scott to come up and share a song to wrap it up even neater. You ready for that?
You betcha.
Come on in.
What would I do to be me? You're all looking at it. That's what I notice. What would you do to be you? You want to know how to answer that? Look at your life. And if you don't get a yes, look deeper. Because it's right there. Who you've always been, who you came to be, who you're gonna be, who you be. You are the light of the world. And if somebody didn't tell you that today, I'm telling you now. And if you need to be reminded tomorrow, just ask. You are the light of the world. Shine, shine, shine. My favorite song, one of my favorite songs, the Allman Brothers, Soul Shine. Better than sunshine, better than moonshine, and damn sure better than rain. This is who we are called to be. Now, I want to ask you this. When was the last time you won an argument with spirit? Because if you got that formula, I want it. When was the last time in your resistance you won that battle and came out on top and filled with joy? That hasn't been my experience when I get into resistance. And we talked a little bit about that yesterday. That space of resistance where we move around and the universe says, I'll wait. I'll wait while you think you want to co-create within that resistance. I'll wait while you think you have a better idea. I'll wait. And then we allow ourselves to quiet into. And then you grab the closest paper plate and you let that spirit move through you and you write it down and you capture it and you look at it and you remember. And isn't that what we're here doing every day? Grab your paper plates, folks. Tell the world how you want to shine. Show the world what God intended to express through you. And when you don't, my feeling is I smack the universe right in the face. I say, no, you got that wrong. I couldn't be that bright. I couldn't be that in this world. And Spirit says, I'll wait. I'll wait for you to wake up and know and see and remember. Bring the joy, as Vicki reminded us, into the world that is yours to bring. Bring it. And of course I have an acronym for joy. Joy. Just open yourself. I want you to breathe that in for a moment. It's only in the remembering. Just open yourself. Allow the divine light that you are to move through and express. Some of us do that with a magic wand, don't we, Vicki? Some of us do that with song, like James blesses us with so often. Some of us had a really cool grandma, and we love to share her wisdom. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it again. We were breaking green beans in the backyard. Happens every time. Wait a minute. We were breaking green beans in the backyard. And in her house dress, she sat with her apron, with a lap full of green beans. She said, now run on in the house and get a hairbrush, because I was always such a mess. And as she's brushing that fuzzy hair, she took one of those strands and she sent it into the wind. And she said, now that will become a part of a bird's nest, and that will hold song, and it will bring music to the world. And you, my dear, are one with that. Bring your light, folks. Bring your light. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, what a great morning. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you, Penny. And before we bring Scott up, I was thinking a moment ago, one of my favorite bands is Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
They have a song that's called Shine On You Crazy Diamonds. That's you. You're all crazy diamonds. You're diamonds. You're gorgeous. You're a little crazy. The beginning of the song is, remember when you were young, you shone like the sun. Shine on, you crazy diamonds. So shine on. It's the surest way to remember and to let go of the craziness for a little while. Just come back to that center point where you are you, with a capital Y. So Scott, why don't you come on up, and Scott will wrap it up for us in a way only he can do. So take it away, you crazy diamond.
I want to ask a question of you, James. The opposite of don't get me started. Get me started.
Why don't you do something on being a crazy diamond?
Okay. All right. We're in the loony bin down here. And there's joy and then there's fear. And you're labeled a little insane when you choose the joy of God instead of all the pain. Then we get to be joyfully insane. So shine on, you crazy diamond. Shine on, you king and queen of hearts, 'cause you are one of a kind. And if you've been dreaming to be normal, now's the time to start being crazy in the most positive sense of the word. Shining and being absurd, you crazy diamond. Don't be lazy, just be crazy. Don't procrastinate, letting go of fear and hate. Spirit says, hey, we'll wait if you want to indulge a lifetime or two. But enough waiting for me and you with crazy diamonds all day and all night. Not worrying about whether we're wrong or we're right. Dancing instead of being uptight. I'd rather be happy than right. I'd rather be insane than uptight.
Thank you, Scott. Wow. Very good. So shine on, you crazy diamonds. Let your light shine. Don't hide it under any bushel basket. Put it up so the whole world can see not you, but the light that is shining through. And to that we say, Amen, Amen, Amen y punto.